Hello and welcome to my channel Close to the Edge. My name is Pat, where we talk about all things prog rock, classic rock, heavy rock, and maybe even a stick of rock. Stick around, you never know. Today I'm going to continue my video in search of the greatest prog rock album of the last century. I've done one video so far, and it was Close to the Edge. Went down very well with my subscribers and viewers, and I got new viewers because of it. And I made the case that in that video that Close to the Edge was one of them. But obviously there's going to be one which is the best, but I'm going to do that over a number of videos over the next few months. Pick one album from one band which I think is the best album from that band, in my opinion, of course. And today I'm picking Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery, released in 1973. You have Carl Palmer on drums, Greg Lake on bass and vocals, and Keith Emerson on keyboards. One of the biggest prog rock bands of the 70s. That's the LP. And this is, I think, a 1996 Rhino reissue. Has the hologram on the front of it. This album, when it came out to mixed views. Some people didn't like it, some people did like it. But as the years has gone by, it has grown to be one of the greatest prog rock albums of all time. But is it the best prog album of the last century? Well, we'll have a look what's on it. It starts off with a kind of a cover version of a hymn, Jerusalem. It's a good track. Not the best by any means on the album, but a good track. Not particularly my favourite, I'll have to be honest with you. The second track, Toccata, is another cover, classical piece, with Emerson at his full-blown best on this, and the drums, of course, by Carl Palmer in this. This is an absolutely stunning track. An absolutely stunning track. It's unbelievable, actually. Unbelievable. The third track is Still You Turn Me On. That's a Greg Lake track. I like this song. I think it's an excellent Greg Lake track, and he writes some brilliant, short little pieces, like Lucky Man from the first album. Absolutely, just brilliant. Then you had the whimsical Benny the Bouncer, and I believe the lyrics on this was written by Lake and Peter Sinfield, who wrote the lyrics on King Crimson's first three albums, I think. First four, sorry. Islands was the last one he did. And this is a whimsical track. They do that, you know, with their albums. They throw a little spanner in the works. It's a nice little track. Not a prog track. Definitely not a prog track. Then you come on to one of the greatest suites of music in all of prog, Carnival 9. There's first impression, second and third impression. And the reason why they split it is because of the limitations of vinyl at the time, with the first impression part 1, first impression part 2 was on the second side, where on this it just goes into each other. But they do actually, I believe, on this one make it sound like the LP in many respects, where they would just fade it out and then bring the other one back in. So what do I think of this? First impression part 1 it's just prog at its very, very best. Like the interplay between Greg Lake on bass, Keith Emerson on keyboards, and Carl Palmer on drums in the middle section of this track is probably the best interplay between any musicians on any prog album. It's just stupendous. What can you say about it? And then when they come into the second part 2 of the first impression, when he says, "Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends." That's unbelievable. That was the name of their live album, their triple live album. And that is just mind-blowing. The way it flows, the way the interaction between the musicians, the way it's just prog, time changes, signature changes, everything on that album is just unbelievable. Then you go on to the second impression, which is again absolutely just continues on. It's just a continuation and mind blowing. And I finish up with the third impression, which I believe Greg Lake asked Peter Sinfield would he write the lyrics for, because I believe they formed their own label for this album, Manticore, and they were kind of getting fed up with Atlantic Records at that time. And Peter Sinfield was doing a solo album, making a solo album at that time, and he couldn't get a record label, and Greg Lake had promised him that he would release it on Manticore. But then in the middle, while he was doing this solo, he asked him would he give him a hand with some lyrics, and obviously he did. And it's just the way it finishes on the third impression, it's just so good. So good. So is this album the greatest prog album of the last century? And it could be your greatest. I think it's one of them. And as I said earlier, I'll be doing more videos from other bands like Genesis, Gentle Giant, Eli, etc., King Crimson, obviously, and other bands as well, other progressive rock bands. Kansas would be another one, Pink Floyd. I'll be doing them, and then because one of those albums to me is the greatest prog album of all time. I'm not going to tell you that right now. One of them would be. It could be this one. It could be Close to the Edge, which I've done already. But you'll have to wait and find out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. And I would like to thank all my new subscribers for viewing my channel. As I'm very new to this, I started in July. And I'll hopefully get some more subscribers. So if you like this video and you want to see more videos again like this, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. It really does help me out. It does. It makes me want to do more of them. Where if you're kind of stagnated with a new channel, and it's hard with a new channel. Like as I was watching Pete Powder there when he did his video recently, and he got 100k, which congratulations on the Sea of Tranquility. One of the best on YouTube when it comes to all things music, every type of music. And he was even talking how hard it was for the first 5 years. He couldn't buy a sub, sometimes he said. Couldn't buy one. Now look at him, 100k. But he makes, he makes professional product, really. Like, he has all these guests on it. You have the brilliant Eric Porter on it as well. All these lads, and all, you know, Ken Golden. So many, they're all brilliant. Stephen Reed is another one. And he was just saying how hard it is to do it, to start off. And I'm on that journey at the moment, and I'm enjoying it. And hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. And hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon for the next video here on Close to the Edge. And also, it's nice to be nice. And you take care, and everyone stay safe. But nice to be nice, always remember that. And hopefully I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.